move on to your other responsibilities, and we'll get to our next witnesses. But thank you both for your leadership.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
The gentleman is recognized for a point of order. If he'll state his point of order.
Mr. Chairman, these witnesses are being dismissed without the ability to cross-examine their statements. They've made some outlandish allegations here, and consistent with the work of this committee, especially this select committee, and congressional hearings in general, we should have the ability to question their statements.
Yeah, it's a long-standing practice of the committee to, when you have our colleagues from the other side of the aisle and other officials, to let them testify.
No. These witnesses, Mr. Chairman, these witnesses were direct witnesses as to the cases that they brought. When we bring in our colleagues from the Senate and other colleagues from the House, we extend them a courtesy. Many times we do not even swear them. We do not require them to take an oath. We allow their testimony in a ceremonial or in a non-substantive way. But these two witnesses have just presented evidence that I think in part is false. And I would like the opportunity to cross-examine those witnesses. And if this...
Those witnesses aren't here.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
You will get a chance to cross-examine Mr. Sauer. You've not stated a point of order here. That I'll recognize the gentleman from Louisiana.
Mr. Chairman, point of order. Isn't it true that even in recent days...
Reclaiming my time.
No, you're not recognized, sir. Isn't it true that even...
Yes, I am. I was recognized. Sir, he did recognize me.
Well, point of order. I'm now recognizing Mr. Johnson because you're not stating your point of order any longer. You're making a speech.
And my point of order, Mr. Chairman, is to recall, isn't it true that in recent days, even colleagues like Congressman Jamie Raskin presented testimony that was pretty salacious and was allowed to leave the room, and we were not allowed to cross-examine him. Isn't that true?
Mr. Chairman, in response to the gentleman's...
The committee will abide by the custom of the House.
Salacious has to do with sexual content, and I don't think that our colleague, Mr. Raskin, presented salacious comment. I would ask that
well, let's call it outrageous then. I'll use the same term that my colleague did.
That word be taken down because it's false.
I think
and
you
it's
just said outrageous.
Mr. Chairman, in debate on the point of
Gentleman
order...
from Louisiana.
Mr. Chairman, in
Committee will
debate...
be in order. The gentleman from Louisiana said it was not salacious, it was outrageous. He changed the term. We will now get to other witnesses.
No, Mr. Chairman, in debate on the point of order, please, that was just raised.
Gentlelady from Florida is recognized.
Thank you very much. And the Attorney General is not from, Mr. Landry is not a member of Congress, is not entitled to an extension of courtesy that we give to some of our colleagues or even former colleagues. He is the Attorney General.
We extended
of
the
a
same.
state.
I would just say to the gentlelady from Florida, we extended the same courtesy to Attorney General Landry, former member of the United States Congress, that we extended to Tulsi Gabbard, former member of the United States Congress.
That was a member panel. Mr. Chairman,
the chair now recognizes
that was a member panel. This is not a member panel.
5 minutes of testimony.
Mr. Chairman, on the point of order, at least, if we're not going to have the ability to cross-examine, I would move that we move to strike the testimony provided by Senator Schmidt and Attorney General Landry. If we're not going to observe...
You mean you want to censor it? Is that, you want to censor their testimony?
I want to strike it. If we aren't able to probe the veracity of their statements, the truthfulness of their statements.
You will be given your 5 minutes here when we get to the 5 minutes.
They're not here.
They're not here to
They're
question.
Understand that. You will be able to ask.
They have scurried away with your complicity. They refuse to defend.
Scurried away. They
in
were
a country of
like
330 million people, you couldn't find two people
for his
to defend
5 minutes
their
of
statements.
testimony.
That's pretty disgraceful.
Mr. Sauer, you
allowing them
recognized.
to leave is not weaponization. I don't know what is, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, right.
Thank you all for illustrating our point. Thank you.
Gentlemen may proceed.
Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Plaskett.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn. I move to adjourn.
The gentleman is not
recognized. This is a mockery and a disgrace, and it's shameful
not
that
been
you participate in
recognized.
this.
The gentleman, Mr. Sauer, is recognized for his 5 minutes of testimony.
There's a motion on the floor to adjourn.
Motion to
and it is
adjourn.
not debatable,
It's not
Mr.
debatable.
If you don't know the rules of the committee, then talk to your parliamentarian.
Well, you weren't recognized for your motion.
Nor are you
Mr.
following the rules of the
Sauer
committee.
is
You can't
recognized
speak
for
out of
his
order.
5 minutes.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're out of order.
Mr. Sauer, you
Listen
can
to your own
proceed.
words.
Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Plaskett, members of the subcommittee.